On today's Podmas, I'm joined by three lovely ladies from the Small and Supercharged Mastermind group. I've got Ruth, Nicky and Jade, but I'm going to let them introduce themselves because I'll do a much better job than I will. So Jade, let's go for you. Sorry, I saw Jade, thought Ruth. But we'll go Jade. Jade, tell us all about you.
So hi, I'm Jade. So I'm kind of here in two roles. So first and foremost, I am a financial planner. So I help and support people with their finances, whether that be saving for retirement, growing some cash funds for a project or a goal that they've got, helping them buy their homes, or making sure they're protected in the event of something happening. So that's my day job. But I'm also here under the guise of I am the turkey lady, Mrs. Out and About. So in my spare time, I am a turkey and goose farmer.
How many do you have? We will get around to the rest of you, don't worry. How many turkeys and geese do you have to be a turkey and goose farmer?
I don't know. I started out with 10 and I've got currently about 250 birds on site at the moment.
That's a lot. That's a lot of birds. Right, well, we will ask more questions about that because I am fascinated by anything to do with farming. So we're good on that, but lovely to have you here, Jade. And I love how diverse your two hats are as well. I love that. Ruth, tell us about you.
Hello. Well, I'm Ruth and I am a co-founder of Dressage Anywhere. So we run monthly online dressage competition and training classes for anybody in the world to take part.
Very cool. And you don't have any geese or turkeys, do you?
I don't know, I'm afraid. I've got 2 Labradors. I'm not sure if they would fit in the oven, but I shouldn't say that. It sounds terrible, doesn't it?
Oh, we're keeping that in. No, I have to say, I loved, I probably will take the mick out of Ruth, I always do, but probably. Dressage Anywhere is a superb service. And aren't you it's your 10th? No.
10th. Well, we celebrated 10 years in January, so we're officially in our 11th year. So we will be celebrating 11 years at the end of January 2021.
And obviously this crazy old year has been, I think Dressage Anywhere has been the saviour for so many people, their kind of sanity and keeping up with their training and their competing and everything else. So funny old time. Nicky, tell us about you, because you've got 2 hats as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I was going to say I've got 2 hats, my riding hat and then my inventing hat. So I invented the Equi travel safe, which is a harness that stops horses from rearing out the back of horse boxes or onto lockers in the horse box. And I also run a livery yard in Yorkshire. Amazing.
And you are a show jumper as well, aren't you?
Yes.
3 hats.
Yeah, try to be a good show jumper.
3 hats. So we'll start with Ruth. What does Christmas look like for you? Whether that's a business point of view, don't pull faces. I know no one can see this because it's an audio podcast, but Ruth is just glaring at me. So from a business point of view or from a life point of view, what does Christmas look like for you?
It's mental, I think, okay. From every point of view. From a business point of view, it's always quite frantic because a couple of years ago we changed our entry close dates, and I like to keep them the same every month to avoid any confusion or disappointed riders. So our entry close date is always the 26th of every month. Exactly. So I no doubt will be here on Christmas Eve and not Christmas Day, Boxing Day, answering some questions and helping people to get their videos uploaded for December's competition. So it's always a little bit crazy, but that's good. We like crazy. From a personal point of view, it's pretty mental still. I normally have my mum and dad pop over to stay with us for a couple of days, and we end up getting up early, going up to the yard to sort the ponies out and help with mucking out and everything. But I leave mum and dad at home so they can get the potatoes ready and prepare the goose and heat the oven up and everything so that we can have Christmas lunch at a decent time. But all in all, it's pretty lovely. It's nice.
I like that you've delegated one of the most boring roles. I don't enjoy peeling things to your visitors, essentially. I love that.
They love doing it, so why not?
So how about you, Jade? I think that the goose transition is perfect here because your Christmas is going to start a long time before Christmas. I bet you've I mean, we record September, so.
Yeah, so Christmas for us starts on about the 23rd of March when we place our orders to the hatchery.
Wow. Okay. So tell us all about this.
Okay, so obviously this year has been off the scale because we had to make decisions in March, pretty much on lockdown day, as to how many turkeys we're going to order in and what we were going to order in, because our turkeys come in different sizes, so different strains. So we can pinpoint kind of what weights we need, because some people don't mind cooking 20 pounds of turkey. And other people that just is a fear factor. So, and they just want something nice and small. So yeah, in March we had to make a decision, and we decided that possibly people wouldn't be meeting in such big family units. So we ordered lots of small turkeys. The downside to this is the little buggers are so light, they can fly. And I spend most of my days and evenings fishing them out of my neighbours' gardens, their hedges, stinging nettle piles, you name it, I found a turkey in it. I woke up last Friday morning and there was one wandering down the road at 7:30 in the morning. I have no idea where it went all night.
Well, it's just having the best time. Oh my God.
Very lucky it didn't get eaten.
So when do they arrive with you? Because do they arrive with you as chicks?
Yeah, so they're called poults, and they arrive at day old with us, and we have them under heat for about 5 weeks, depending on sort of ambient conditions outside. They then come off heat, stay in the sheds, and at 8 weeks they're then pushed out the sheds just to free range. We do lock them in at night because we do have foxes that will come and gobble them up. So they come in at last light and they're out again at first light in the morning. And that routine will continue until about mid-November, when we start processing for our restaurants, which who knows if that's going to happen this year, unfortunately, with the state of the hospitality industry.
So you grow for a long time, don't they? Because we do hear so many stories of turkeys and chickens and other birds particularly that are brought on really, really fast and have a horrible life. But yours obviously have got quite a long time.
We do. I am very proud to say that I am a traditional farm fresh turkey accredited rearer, which basically means that we rear for 6 months. You know, they are at full maturity. They've had a full free range life as part of that. I will also say I'm a Great Taste award-winning turkey farmer now.
Get in there.
Only been chasing it down for 5 years. But we've got the start because the flavour of the bird when they're allowed to mature for that time, they taste so much different to your average turkey that would grow for possibly 12 weeks quite intensively. But I always have to be really careful, because I know lots of other people that do rear the fast growing chickens and the fast growing turkeys, and it's quite a sensitive area, because I know they do what they do because there's a market, and there's those that couldn't afford to pay £70 for £80, £90 for a turkey.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously my customers are happy to do that. So it's always quite a sensitive area for me, but
yeah,
I try and be what's the word, on the fence. On the fence.
No, I do appreciate what you mean. I think it's the welfare standards overall, isn't it? Which is something that we hear about, and you always hear about the bad cases and not the people doing the right thing.
For British food, this is me banging on my drum now. So British food, we rear, regardless of whether it is the faster growing, sort of intensively reared, down to me. Our food standards in the UK are phenomenal. They're some of the highest in the world. And obviously that's what a lot of farmers are fighting for at the moment, to make sure that those standards aren't compromised with the bills that are going through Parliament at the moment and the trade deals. And I'll stop talking about politics now, because it's about Christmas.
No, I think it's all good. I also think this is really interesting to know about this. But when you get to Christmas Day, are you sick of turkeys?
No, we love it. We eat it like every day on the run up to Christmas, because there's so much turkey floating around where I'm processing for the restaurants. Because I butcher as well, each restaurant will take meat in different guises. Some take whole birds, some just want breasts, some want it like rolled with the leg meat. So there's always bits of turkey floating around.
So what does your actual Christmas day look like?
This.
Been so busy on the run up to
we're the worst people on Christmas Day because we are so tired from the run up to Christmas that, you know, it's cooked dinner and then sit down on the sofa with a bottle of Baileys and we're out for the count by 9 o'clock.
That sounds like a good day, to be fair. How about you, Nikki? What's your Christmas look like?
Start off looking at all the horses because we've got about 18 horses on livery and most of them are on full livery. So it's like skip out, turn out, skip out, do the horses as quick as possible because my sister's got 2 young kids now that are like, come and open presents. So we like really have to be quick to get the horses like looked after. And then it's to my dad's usually for present opening, and then it tends to be we have to fit in. My mum's also got a kennel, so we have to help her walk dogs. So Christmas Day is hectic, but like all about family. So we have to sort of allocate time slots to go do different jobs of different animals, if that makes sense, and also fit in a trip to the pub for my dad and my brother because that's their favourite thing to do on Christmas Day. We also have to go visit my granddad's grave, and we have a shot of whiskey at granddad's grave, which is hilarious because I don't drink very much at all. So then after that, I'm always drunk. And then it's back to do the horses and the dogs again. And then, then lunch. And it's a mental day that you look forward to and then enjoy it. But it is mental.
It sounds family. I think, as you say as well, it's about family, isn't it? And even though it's kind of crazy running around doing horses, dogs, child management, drinking whiskey on graves, all those things, it is all about the kind of togetherness of it.
Yeah, we work together.
So, Christmas must-have that you sell. I've not really worded this very well at all, but we'll start with you, Nikki. So, if you've got a product and you've got a really good one for Christmas gifts, what would your pick be?
Well, what's better than keeping your horse safe in a horse box at all times than an Equi travel safe for Christmas? It's not something that's obviously very Christmassy, but if you get one for Christmas, it'll keep your horse safe forever and ever.
So just in case someone listening doesn't know what this is, could you just tell us what the Equi travel safe is?
So basically, it's a harness that you put on the horse's wither. So it fastens a bit like a martingale with a padded wither area. So imagine a martingale with a half pad attached. And then it clips into the horse box on a track at on the breast wall. And then basically the horse can then not rear high enough to get stuck over the bar or rear high enough to get its feet on the lockers, because it's quite catastrophic when they do that, and they can, it's quite often a fire brigade job to get them cut out, or there's been horses that have died, people that have died and trying to rescue the horse, but this just keeps them safe because it's more common than people think. In fact, 51% of reported incidents involve horses rearing in the horse box, and I think the next percentage was something like only 16%.
Wow.
And it's very common, but people don't really understand the risks involved with it. And a lot of the time they think it'll never happen to them.
Yeah, definitely. How about you, Ruth? What Christmas must-have that you sell would you suggest for people?
I think it would have to be a Dressage Anywhere gift voucher.
Okay.
So they're ideal because you can buy it online. So you could buy it on Christmas Eve, if you like, if you're really running out of ideas or left your Christmas shopping to the 11th hour. So you can buy it online from our website, and you can choose whether to have the gift certificate details emailed directly to your lucky recipient, or you can have it emailed to you and you can print it out and pop it in a card. So it's something that you can get, at the 11th hour and not have to plan for. We normally see quite a few around Christmas Eve.
The good thing is as well is if someone gives you a £10, £20, whatever voucher, is they don't have to pick what class you enter, or whether you do a training class or a competition class. You can then use that money however you want, can't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. So if somebody buys you, say, a £20 or £30 voucher, then you can use that across absolutely any type of class, a competition or a training class. And once you have input the code, it then stays on your account until it's used up. So you won't lose, if you say only do one entry for £12.50 or something, then you won't lose the rest of the money. It'll be on your account for you to use until it's all gone.
That's fab. And what about you, Jade?
Turkey.
I don't know where this is going to go.
Well, to be fair, I am the centerpiece to most people's Christmas. The turkey is the main event. We talk about it. We watch programs how to cook it. We argue about the best way to cook it. Are you sticking it in a bucket of brine, Gavin and Stacey style?
I've done that before.
That's it. It's the main thing, is how not to dry out the turkey. So obviously my thing is either a turkey or a goose. Goose is the more traditional Christmas fare. So it's a different type of meat. It's a very gamey meat that you would serve perhaps with a ham alongside it. Or maybe if you're having a small gathering. But yeah, I would recommend a turkey.
No, and I think, you know, as you say, everyone does. I mean, I will read about how to cook a turkey, and I'm the kind of person that goes, right, we're going to have for dinner, right? It's like ready, steady, cook every night in our house. But when it comes to the turkey, I've done the brining. We had a top tip from Nicky earlier, which was induced by alcohol, about cooking it upside down. There's all sorts, isn't there?
Oh, literally, there's every which way, and there are all manner of chefs doing cooking shows in the run-up to Christmas of how to cook the perfect turkey. So I always feel that we're very much a part of everybody's Christmas celebration when they take those birds away from us, and that's quite a nice feeling on the 24th of December when they're not in my fridge anymore.
Do you have, the next question is about a time-saving Christmas tip. So do you have one, or it doesn't have to be time-saving, but a tip around Christmas that you can add to that?
Well, I'm literally going to nail on Nicky's point there, because Nicky was like, we've come back from the pub and we got drunk and we cooked it upside down. It's the best turkey ever. That is it. Cook your turkey breast side down. You don't need to do anything else to it. Bit of salt, bit of pepper, maybe rub a little bit of oil on it. Upside down. The juices flow down into the breast. You will have the best tasting turkey ever. Promise.
Brilliant tip. Nicky, do you have a time-saving tip that you'd like to share?
Probably for the yard, we'll literally not change rugs. So there'll be no stable rugs goes on Christmas Eve. We'll have wheelbarrows with hay lids ready to go into the stables. We'll have hay nets already made, feeds already made. So literally we can do the yard as quick as physically possible. We tend to not involve deliveries because they tend to make it slower. So we'll just literally have people will group up, throwing out, I'll muck out. There's like water buckets being filled, and I just dunk a water bucket and fill it down the yard. It is like a military precision operation to get that yard done as fast as possible before you get this like 3-year-old going, Auntie Nick, can we open presents? So yeah, military operation. Prepare as much as possible the night before and hit the ground running in the morning.
Love that. How about you, Ruth?
I think it's got to be invite somebody else round who's a competent cook. And when you disappear off to walk the dogs and go sort the ponies out, leave them in charge of prepping the potatoes and the goose. It's magic.
I mean, that's a flipping good tip, to be fair.
That's the best tip ever.
Yeah, agreed.
Now we're going to go for the random round now. I've got a number of small pieces of paper on the table and I've forgotten what I've written. So it's going to be fun. Okay, we've got a good one. Nicky, what is your favourite Christmas tipple? If it's not alcoholic, that's completely fine too. Your favourite Christmas drink?
I'm not a big drinker, but I'd probably have like a hot chocolate with the marshmallows in and a flake and cream, and just not worry about the calories for that day.
I could go for that about now, to be fair. I'd like that now. How about you, Jade?
Well, some of you may know that I drink gin in my pantry and lock my children on the other side of the door, and then talk to my followers whilst doing it. So for me, it's going to be like a bucket of gin.
Good call. Do you have it with anything or just straight out the bottle?
No, I'm a snob. It's got to be Fever Tree.
Oh, classy. You're classy as you hide from your kids.
Classy as I talk to people in my pantry with my pans and pots in the background.
I like that. How about you, Ruth?
Well, I'm not a big drinker either, to be honest. So I think for me, it's got to be a nice cup of peppermint tea after Christmas lunch. Help it all go down.
Good call. Nicky, are you a fan of the Christmas jumper?
Yeah, but I don't think I've got one. I just appreciate it on other people. Yeah, I don't think I actually have my own Christmas jumper. We normally have a Christmas party, which involves people dressing up in Christmas themed outfits, but I've got a Miss Santa outfit that I tend to wear. Good
call. How about you, Ruth?
No, I don't have any Christmas jumpers, but my husband does. He's normally the designated DJ for our yard Christmas party, which is always a bit wild and crazy. And the last couple of years, he has worn one with some batteries attached to it, and it all lights up and flashes and does weird stuff. So,
I mean, go big or go home.
Well, exactly.
How about you, Jade?
Yeah, I got a few, and guess what they've got on them?
You're very on brand.
Yeah. They have got turkeys, and generally at Christmas I get a new one with a turkey on because someone's found a new one with a turkey on. I've even got socks that have got turkey legs and feet on as well.
I don't know whether that would be annoying if people just kept buying your turkey accessories, or good.
I like it. I'm also that person, like when you get birthday presents, and if someone doesn't know what to buy you, they buy you alcohol. I'm that person that asks for alcohol for my birthday, and I think it's great when I get 6 bottles of gin. So bring on the turkey stuff.
You're right. Okay, and last but not least, do you like New Year's Eve? Start with Ruth, because the face that she's pulled.
I did when I was younger, but I don't know. As I've got older, not that I'm like massively old, but the thought of going out dressed up and getting freezing cold and really drunk and whatever doesn't really appeal to me much anymore. So I quite like either a quiet night in, just chilling out with my dogs and my husband, or a gathering with a few friends, just keeping it pretty low key.
No, I like that. How about you, Nicky? Are you a fan of New Year's Eve?
I'm a bit the same as Ruth. When I was younger, I loved New Year's, but we live in the middle of nowhere now, so if we go anywhere, we can't get back home. And yeah, there's enough of us that live here so that we can just have our own party and just have fun at home with family.
Sounds the best way forward. How about you, Jade?
I'm with the ladies as well. I actually think New Year's really overrated. And we also live in the middle of nowhere, so it's extortion to get anywhere and get back home again. And yeah, I think there are better nights in the year where you pay less money to go out.
Yeah, with a lot less people.
Yeah. Well, we won't be doing New Year's Eve this year, will we? Let's face it.
I think it's going to be very different, isn't it? Right, that's been amazing, ladies. Tell us all we can find you. We'll start with Ruth.
So we are dressageanywhere.com on the internet, or we are Dressage Anywhere on Facebook, and Dressage_anywhere on Instagram.
Amazing. And obviously if people are struggling, they can just send you a direct message.
Absolutely.
Anyway, how about you, Nicky? Where can we find you for both of your businesses, please?
So we're Sport Horse Select on Facebook and sporthorselect.co.uk on the internet, and I think Instagram it's Nicky, which is NICKY SHS for Sport Horse Select. And then for Equi Travel Safe, it is pretty much just equitravelsafe.co.uk, and then Instagram, Facebook is just Equi Travel Safe, one word to search for us.
Thank you very much. How about you, Jade? Both of your businesses.
Okay, so first and foremost for the turkeys, outandaboutpoultry.co.uk. You can order online, and we do nationwide delivery. Little cheeky plug there. On the run up to Christmas. For all your wealth planning needs, I am Mortimer Rose Wealth Management, and again, I am website under that. Social media handles for that is Mortimer Rose WM, both for Facebook and Instagram. And on the turkey or the Out and About Poultry, we are at Turkey Farm 7.
Okay.
on and at Out and About Poultry on Instagram.
All right. Okay. Excellent. Thank you very much for joining me, ladies. That's been fab.